Aloha, everyone. So first I want to apologize for taking so long to reach out to you. I was so consistent with my blogs, and then I live on the big island of Hawaii, and we have had many illegal mandates put upon us, and I really stood up to be an activist for that. And I'm sorry, but I put you guys on the back burner, and I want to apologize because I love you very, very, very much, and I want to bring you guys into what's happening here on the big island of Hawaii. We've had 9,000 cases, supposed cases, because the tests are not accurate. And I can show you proof of that, but you can also find it online. And we've had, I think it's 80 people who have transitioned out of their body. And my heart goes out to their families, because losing anybody, a loved one, to anything is life changing. It absolutely changes your entire life. So if you have had friends or family members transition out of their body from COVID, with COVID, of COVID, I definitely, my heart goes out to you. And I have to tell you that this is the lowest flu death rate in the history of the islands. The lowest flu death rate, which means, let me just give you an example. The past 3 to 5 years, I think it's from 2015 to 2018, we had between 336 to over 600 people die per year of the flu or flu-like symptoms or pneumonia. This year, we've had 85 of the entire state. And even if you double that, it's only not even actually half of what the 2016 deaths were, which was 336. So this is the lowest flu deaths of the entire state in many, many years, with the most cases ever, 9,000. We usually have about 1,500 cases per year, sometimes up to 2,000, but 1,500 minimum usually in the state of Hawaii. So we've had more cases than ever, and most people don't even have any symptoms. The hospitals are not full, and yet we have lockdowns, masks, social distancing. We're not able to gather more than 10 people. Beaches are closed. So I have been standing up for our rights, and I put on a health summit. After this peaceful health summit, 5 people got arrested illegally, and they were charged with these illegal mandates. So to make a really long story short, and I have some positive things to tell you guys in a moment, but our governor, he put on an emergency proclamation in March, and it ended May 3rd. After that, his office, his position was supposed to get approval from legislation to re-sign another emergency proclamation. He has yet to do that, and he has signed 12 emergency proclamations without getting any legislation to approve it. That's illegal. And that makes every single mandate he has put out also invalid. And yet the police are fining people $2,000 for these mandates. So I have gotten together with some people, and we are protesting. Every Saturday we are out. We're protesting the COVID, and we're also protesting this child trafficking, because we truly believe that this COVID thing is a huge distraction for the child trafficking that is happening on the island and around the world. Over 800,000 children go missing every single year. I believe it's somewhere in the vicinity of 1,800 children go missing on the state of Hawaii. I have to get that number right, so if that number is incorrect, but it's a large number. And they say that these children go missing because they're running away from home, and I'm sorry, but that's not true. The state of Hawaii, who's going to run away from Hawaii, especially with Ohana here, with the tightness of family and community here. So something's going on. So we are protesting the child trafficking, the child murder, rape and murder. Excuse me, I'm sorry if that's graphic, but that is the truth of what's happening. And we're protesting the invalid and invalid mandates that are imposed upon us and having our rights taken away because something's going on, something big is happening. So if you are having major stuff happening in your end of the world, in your area, it's time to breathe, and it's time to understand a few things about what is happening. One is change. The systems in place, especially with what is happening with our children, with our we call the children here keiki. What is happening with our keiki is torture, and it is ending. I truly feel that what is happening on the planet right now is happening for the one sole reason to break systems down that are no longer serving the people, that have been keeping people from understanding what truly is happening to their children and to each other. And so these systems must break down in order for something new to come forth. And that newness that's coming forth is an energetic frequency that's going to change our lives for the better. So much for the better. And I feel that what's happening is not done yet. I feel that there's something else going to show up that's going to take us down, that's going to be like shocking. I really feel that that's also coming. And please know that these systems must break down. I feel that the dollar is being very challenged right now, and that there is something new that is showing up with our currency. And that is also a system that very much needs to break down. Since the 1920s, the federal, was it 1920s? I think it was 1913. The Federal Reserve Act, which was put in place by Woodrow Wilson, President Woodrow Wilson at the time, that is an act that is basically made the Federal Reserve owned by the banks. That is a true act. That is not a conspiracy theory. Look up Federal Reserve Act of 1913 and you will see yourself that it is an act that creates a system that puts our Federal Reserve dollars into the hands of the banks. It does not go to the government. That is actual fact. So the money system needed to break down because that's not okay. That's not okay with me. It's probably not okay with you. So systems need to break down in order for something new to show up. Okay, enough of the heavy. Let's go on to the light. This is what I want to share with you. Your body is a light being. There was one thing in the entire universe when everything was dark. There was one thing before the planets were created. There was one thing before our galaxy and our solar system was put in orbit. And that one thing was a photon of light. That was it. And everything that has come, that is here, that is materialized, including you and me, came from that photon of light. We are light beings. We are not going to be here for very long, maybe 100 years if we're lucky. And there's actually new technology out that is going to be coming out that can actually have us live younger lives, more healthy lives, more energetic lives for a very much longer time. So that is coming. That is coming. Free energy is coming. Freedom and safety for our keiki, for our children, that's coming. Really amazing health, healing machines, quantum healing machines that actually heal cancer, give us more energy, and do amazing things for our health. So that is coming. So I truly feel that that is coming. I know that it's coming. I have read about things and watched videos on things that are already here and that are showing up. So what is your job? What is my job? Our job is to do what's in our heart that we feel is right. For me, that is taking a stand against the tyranny. That is protesting with my emails to the government and to our city council members. That is going and standing on the streets on Saturdays with my sign that says the impact is worse than the virus. Save our keiki. Protect our keiki, which again is our children. So those signs I'm going to be holding on Saturday. Your intuition and your heart might be to just support your family and make sure that you can help your family members, your friends, or maybe some neighbors. Maybe that's what you're called to do. Maybe you're just called to go and do your daily routines and just smile and say hello to people and let them know they're not alone. And maybe that's what you're called to do. If you are very much a mask wearer, I really highly just recommend that you look at some of my other YouTube videos, especially the ones with Pam Popper, to realize that masks, they do not work for the virus. What works for the virus, what really, really, really works, wash your hands, eat clean, organic, high vibrational frequency food, live plant-based food, drink plenty of clean filtered water, exercise, sunshine, good rest, and connection with family and friends, and hugs. And I know people are afraid to hug, and that breaks my heart, especially the little kids not being able to hug. Our bodies actually need that connection. That's actually part of health, is connecting with people and hugging and touching. And if you wash your hands, you don't need to wear a mask. In fact, I'm not going to go into the science behind it, but there's a whole science behind the facts about viruses. And a lot of what we have been told is simply not the truth. So that's another system that needs to break down. The healthcare system needs to break down, because is it really right that hospitals get money for COVID cases? Like, does that even make any sense? Is it right that hospitals, doctors mostly push drugs for the symptoms, not even going down into the cause? Is it right that insurance is what I'm trying to say, health insurance, some people have really good health insurance and other people don't have really good health insurance? What's up with that? Shouldn't healthcare be free for all people? We pay our taxes. There was a time when it actually was free to all people. And in other countries, it is. So that's a system that needs to break down. And that media that is completely pushing the drugs. Have you ever wondered why, when you watch the media, every other commercial is a pharmaceutical commercial telling you that this is going to be a great thing for you, but then it tells you the list of side effects, including death? You ever wonder why? That never used to be like that in the 50s and 60s. That actually, when did that start? I think it was the 90s that pharmaceuticals started doing that. But the reason is because the pharmaceuticals only went to doctors. Now they thought, oh, what a great idea. Let's go to the consumer. So the consumer actually asks the doctor for this certain medication. And I almost fell for that. Way back when Gardasil was being pushed, I went to my nurse practitioner during my annual physical and I said, hey, maybe I should get the Gardasil, protect me against ovarian cancer. And she was like, oh yeah, let me look into it. But thank you, Lord, that I didn't do that. And thank you, Lord, that my nurse practitioner didn't encourage me to do that any further than that one conversation. Thank you, God. Because so many women, so many girls were injured from that. Did you know that the pharmaceuticals, that the vaccine companies have not been tested for safety or effectiveness in 20 years? Did you know that they are actually exempt from having to test their products? And they are the only vaccines are the only medical product exempt from proving that they are safe and effective. And parents are putting 70 vaccines that are not proven safe or tested for effectiveness for the past 20 years, and they're putting about 70 vaccines into their children. Okay, that's not okay with me. That's a system that needs to be broken down. And thank you, Heavenly Father and angels and guides, that it is being broken down. So again, going back to the light, because we are light beings. What our job is, well, let me put it to you this way. When you meditate, have you ever meditated and you feel that feeling from the cells of your body that you're just like, you're floating? Have you ever had that feeling when you're meditating and you forget who you are and you're literally like, you have a permagrin on your face and you're just like, and you literally have left your body, and your head is going up to the sky, and you're just like in bliss. Have you ever had a meditation like that? Because if you haven't, that's where to go. I meditate at least once or twice a day, and more since this whole pandemic has happened. And what happens is that frequency of your body emanates out into the field. This empty space that's around my body and around your body is not empty. This is so freaking powerful that actually 1 cubic centimeter of this empty space, that big, has enough power, if it could be harnessed, has enough power to boil all of the oceans in the world. Just this much. And this much is in every cell of your body. Did you know that you have over 50 to 70 trillion cells in your body? And in every single one of those cells are trillions of atoms. And in every single one of those atoms are tons and tons of protons. And in every proton, every single proton is enough information holographically to recreate the entire universe. And that is in the cells of your body. So what does that mean? That means that we can create heaven on earth. And that means that is where this is going. We are going through hell, a lot of us, okay? I'm just going to say it. I used to let's not talk about the negative, but you know, the negative isn't bad or wrong. It's a lower frequency. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're stuck, because we have been living in a lower frequency vibration for a very long time that has literally been designed this way. Because if you knew what you truly are, which is a light being, if you knew the power in your body, you would not be in a mediocre job, working something you don't like, making, pennies when you really would love to be abundant and prosperous. You wouldn't be with somebody who doesn't treat you like the goddess or god that you are. You would be manifesting your dreams, and it would be a lot more simple. But the thing is we have been in a society with the media, which has literally brainwashed us to feel and be smaller than we are. We watch movies where the guy gets the girl, the guy loses the girl, the guy gets the girl back. And we see the beautiful big cars and we think, oh, I want that. And we have these experiences as we watch these movies, which give us subliminal messages about unworthiness, not being good enough, and not being lovable. And that's what these messages are. And how do you know that? Because of consumerism. If you are always trying to buy something that leaves you feeling good, it's because you have so many messages that are emotionally conditioned in the cells of your body to believe that you are not enough, that you are not good enough, or you are not lovable, and you need this thing to make you feel better. And I'm not saying that's with everything, because there might be some times where you really do feel good about yourself, and that's fantastic, because that's truly moving you toward who and what you are, which is love. That one photon of light that I talked about way back at the beginning, that one photon of light, that's love. That's the frequency of love. That's the frequency of Mother Nature, of when plants are germinating and they're popping out of the soil, moving toward the light. That love of that bumblebee and that honeybee going onto the flower and collecting that nectar. That love of the sun shining on the earth, giving her heat and warmth, and literally growing all of the plants for us to eat and survive and live. That's love. Was it Rumi, the poet, who once said, and it's a big old long poem, and I only know this one part, but it's my favorite part, and it's, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. And then it says something else, and what a love like that could be. That's the vibrational frequency of who and truly what we are. And let me just share this one last part. And I can't remember where I got this. Might have been from Aaron Dowdy. But love is actually not even the thing that we're looking to feel or I'm sorry, it's not the thing we're looking to see. It's actually what we feel when we see beauty. When we see beauty like a sunset, or like a baby smiling, or holding your beautiful pet and you're feeling that pet, that beauty is what emanates love in our hearts and in our bodies. And that is really, truly what we are. We are meant to, our vibrational frequency is going through an upgrade. Our vibrational frequency of our body is going through an upgrade. So what that means is hold on tight, because the ride is not over. There are things that are going to be happening that are going to blow your mind, that are going to take you out. I've had many, many sleepless nights wrestling, breathing, meditating. I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, I meditate. Go back to sleep for a couple hours, toss and turn, meditate again. You know, only 10 to 20 minutes, not very long. It's in my cell phone, and I just plug it, put it on, and I move my cell phone away from me. Don't have your cell phone by your head because of the radio frequency that's on that cell phone. You want that cell phone away from you or out of the bedroom. That's really, really important. Okay, that is where we're headed. We are headed toward heaven on earth. We really, really are. This is the time that so many people have been waiting for, especially religious people. This is that time. And what we need to do is hold on, breathe, be kind to ourselves and others. Don't be a Nazi. If you see somebody not wearing a mask, please trust that they know what's best for them, and you know what's best for you. After World War II, when the Alliance was prosecuting the Nazis, they asked them, how did you get the people to follow what you were doing? How did you get the people to turn on each other? And they said one word: fear. They said, if you can get a population in fear, they will literally walk themselves into their own slaughterhouse. Don't be in fear. Trust, because honestly, friends, brothers, sisters, Ohana, this life, we're not meant to be here forever. And that's this life. We are light beings to expand our emotional frequency. And we do that through trusting, through surrender. Trust that you're in the right place. The probability of you being you, the probability that you would be born you at this time in history is 1 in 400 trillion chances. You are literally a miracle. The Buddhists talk about it like this, and I know I say this a lot, but I love this story. It's as if the probability that you would be born you is as if you were to throw one life preserver in the middle of the ocean. Somewhere in the middle of the ocean. And somewhere in the ocean, there's one turtle. And on its very first try, that turtle sticks its head out of the water, and its head is in that life preserver. That is the chance that you would be born you, with exactly your personality, what you like and what you don't like. You're meant to be here. You are meant to be born to the people you were born to. You are meant to be born at the location on earth, at the time you were born, because all of that is a frequency that created who your personality is, what your personality is. And then the trauma that you have been through all of your life also created your personality. And the trauma that you have not integrated, and that's the work that I do with women, well, mostly women, but I do work with men, integrated, the trauma you have not integrated into all of who you are also keeps you stuck in the patterns of drama with your family and friends and reactive mode. Okay, that was a whole lot. So I just want to say lastly that I love you so much. Things are gonna get freaking amazing. Like after this caca that's happening, this scary, scary time, which is, it's not over, okay? It's not. Brace yourself, because more stuff is gonna happen that's gonna blow your mind. And after that, I don't know how long, but after that, we're gonna be at a completely different vibrational frequency. The spell, which is over so many people right now who are living in fear, will be broken. It will be done. That'll be done. and we'll be living a lighter vibrational frequency where we can actually connect with the earth, because our vibrational frequency touches the earth and combines with the earth every single moment of every single day, and we don't even notice it, but we're affecting her and she's affecting us, the frequency of the planet. And that frequency is going to elevate to a level that we have never ever experienced in all of humanity. We are going to be free like we have never been. We don't even know what that word means, but we're going to experience it. It's showing up, it's coming. So brace yourself, hold on tight, trust and surrender and meditate. Okay, I have lots of meditations on my YouTube channel. Take a look at those. More are coming every single week. I love you so much. Much aloha. So glad I got this off my chest to give to you, and I will talk with you soon.